Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my pick and analysis for the 2016 Week 15 NFL matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. Well, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys at home in this one. They haven't really looked very good as of late. As many of you may know, they lost to the New York Giants last week 10-7, thus giving the New York Giants a sweep of the season series against the Cowboys. And the week before that, they won a very tight game against the Minnesota Vikings. And what really saved them in that game was a special teams play. As many of you know, they recovered a fumble. It was either on a punt, botched punt, or kickoff. And one of the returners fumbled it, and somebody on Dallas recovered it. They got the ball deep Minnesota territory, went on, proceeded to score a touchdown, and the rest is history. So that being said, Dallas is a very good home team, 5-1 at home. And the thing, though, is they have not played well offensively in the last two games. They've only averaged 12 points per game on average in the last two games. But this is still the number 2 rushing offense team in the NFL in terms of rushing yards per game, about 152. And you look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and despite the fact that they've been on a surge lately, the defense has been relentless and been playing very tenaciously, playing very well. They are still just number 21 in rushing yards allowed per game at about 111. So I think it's going to be key. That matchup with Ezekiel Elliott on Dallas, the running back, against the run defense of Tampa Bay. I think Ezekiel Elliott, I think he will get at least close to 100 yards in this one, and that's going to be key. Now, in this game as well, you have quarterback Dak Prescott. He has not thrown many interceptions for the season, but he did not look that good against the New York Giants last week. It appeared that the passing game may have been exploited a little bit. Now, can Tampa Bay replicate what the Giants did on defense last week? They may very well be able to, but I just think the Cowboys are going to bounce back after not looking great the last 2 weeks, and they are at home in this one. Now, Tampa Bay, though, they do have a realistic shot to upset the Cowboys in this. Now, what looks like early in the season could maybe be a laugher in terms of Dallas perhaps saying that they would annihilate Tampa Bay. Right now, it could be conceivable that Tampa Bay can go in there and upset them. Tampa Bay has been on a rampage. They've won 5 consecutive games. They are 5-1 on the road, and during this 5-game winning streak, they've allowed on average about 13 points per game, and they have forced 14 turnovers in that stretch. And they held the Saints to just 46 rushing yards last week. So maybe they will be able to contain Ezekiel Elliott. I don't think it's going to. I think Ezekiel Elliott's still going to get close to 100 yards rushing in this game. I mean, we're seeing a great progression of quarterback Jameis Winston in this one. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have 14 defensive interceptions, which is one of the better team totals in the NFL. And the defense has been stellar, to say the least. Linebacker Quan Alexander, 104 tackles, one of the leaders in the NFL in tackles. And Jameis Winston, back to him, I mean, we're seeing an evolution of a quarterback right now. In that 5-game winning streak, he's only thrown 3 interceptions, and he didn't throw any in the 2 games prior to that. So really, over the last 7 games, he has a grand total of 3 INTs. He's definitely been more judicious. He's been playing a lot better, and he'll go in there. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be very confident, partly because Dallas has not looked good in recent weeks, and coupled with the fact that they are playing very well. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have defeated Seattle, and they have beaten Kansas City in this stretch as well. So Tampa Bay has every right to believe that they can actually go in there and defeat the Dallas Cowboys. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't think they're going to do it, but I think they have a good shot. They have a realistic shot. But I think Dallas right now, what's going to happen is they're going to look at what's happened over them or what hasn't happened, especially on the offensive standpoint, the last 2 games. They're going to make their adjustments. They're going to bounce back. They're going to show resiliency, and they will do enough to beat Tampa Bay. I don't think they're going to blow the Bucs out, but I think they're going to win in a close one. I don't think they're going to win by any more than 7 points. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube NFL prediction segment. And until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.